What's going on, guys? It's Clade. Today I kind of just wanted to talk about concerns that I have with Black Ops 6. We're about 2 weeks away from Black Ops 6, and there's just a lot of thoughts that I have that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. The first thing that I am concerned about with BO6 is definitely the classic prestige system supposedly coming back. The problem is with the prestige system coming back is that bundles are still going to be, accessible. And if bundles work any way that they do now, it pretty much bypasses the prestige system. The whole point of prestiging was having progression, but then having to think twice about it because of you were limited, right? You had to reset your levels and you didn't have access to all the guns that you would normally have. If blueprints are able to bypass the prestige system, it's just gonna ruin the prestige system. Especially once you get into season 2, season 3, you're gonna have so many fucking blueprints for all your guns. It pretty much isn't gonna matter if you prestige or not because you're still gonna have access to everything. So by that time, if you're playing the game, you're probably gonna be prestige 3, prestige 4, and it just doesn't fucking matter because you're gonna have access to every gun in the game because of blueprints from the battle pass. Or it can just encourage people to buy more blueprints if they are prestiging, get a blueprint for your favorite gun if you don't have access to it, for a little while. And for a lot of people, that's not a big deal. But for me, the whole point of the prestige system was leveling up and having that progression, but having to think about your next decision and choices, having to think about, what guns you're going to be able to use for the next few games because of the leveling system, because of the fact that you were limited at level 1 or 2 and only had about 3 guns unlocked with the key system. If Activision was normal about this, they would just limit the blueprints, but I have a fun feeling that they're not going to do that because why would they? They would get more money. So hopefully prestige doesn't fucking suck. Another thing that we can talk about is Black Ops 6 spawns. The spawns in the beta were so fucking bad. It was unbelievable how bad the spawns were. In the beta weekend 2, they said that they improved the spawns. Bullshit. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it was still ass. The spawn logic just made no fucking sense at all. And a lot of that is to blame for IW and how they built the spawns into the engine. That's something that I've heard Ghost of Hope talk about. I don't know how true that is, but if they are really stuck on these dog shit spawns, then that's really unfortunate because we all know Sledgehammer and Treyarch are good at making spawns. So it would make sense if the reason why these spawns are so shit is from an outside source, like IW building dog shit spawns into the engine, which I wouldn't put it past them because they're a dog shit company. I guess if we're talking about spawns, we could also talk about map and map design. A lot of people were getting their feathers all flustered because they're not going to have any large maps at launch. I thought we hated large maps. Don't we all hate large maps? Why do all of a sudden we want large maps in the game? Nobody likes large maps. I guess you can argue that all the maps are too small and it's kind of encouraging that shipment mentality or that Nuketown mentality, but half of the maps are supposedly medium. But I don't know. I'm hoping the maps are good. So far, the maps that we played on the Black Ops 6 beta weren't that great. I wouldn't say that I don't like any of them. I would say that I don't love any of them. The only one that I actually had a good time on was that one map in the desert. I forgot what it was called, but that was a really good map. Other than that, all the other maps were kind of shit. Also, the other map in that mansion was really good. I love that map a lot. But other than that, the maps were not that great. So hopefully the rest of the maps are pretty good. Hopefully post-launch content maps are also really good. I'm also suspecting that we're going to get a Nuketown. If the Nuketown is set in the desert, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I am so tired of this broken down Nuketown aesthetic. Nuketown has the potential to have so many aesthetics, and we've seen it through all of the older Call of Duties. Cold Wars, in my opinion, was shit, and I hated it. If we're going to do another desert theme, I'm going to be pissed. Just do something else, please, for the love of God. Because that map is what you're going to spend the most time in. So if you're in this really bad vibe or just boring ass map, it's just going to kill your vibe while you're farming guns or something. Another concern that I have that we're just going to see how it plays out is the fact that camo challenges, you don't need to level your gun anymore to do the camo challenge. Now, a lot of people are saying that's great, and I agree, that is really good. I'm so fucking sick and tired of having to level all my guns. That is literally half of the playtime with most camo challenges now. If you're trying to get a mastery camo, most of it is just going to be spent fucking leveling the guns, and it's absolutely bullshit, especially since most of the guns go to a ridiculous level or have 15 hours of playtime just for one gun to level up. It's absolutely bullshit. I find it really weird how we're moving away from that, and I feel like there's a malicious reason why we're moving away. In my opinion, there's 2 things, or there's actually 3 things of what's going to happen with this. One is that they're being completely nice about it and there isn't a malicious reason and I'm just a weirdo. 2 is the mastery camo is so fucking hard to get that they thought it would make it fair to remove the leveling system. Now, if that's the case, then oh boy, then we are definitely in for it. Or the third thing that they're going to do is they're going to do something similar to Vanguard, where they're going to have attachment specific challenges, and those challenges, if you played Vanguard, they're going to be at the fucking max level and you're going to have to wait and level up your gun. It's going to be absolute bullshit. And you might be wondering, why would they do that? Why would they do anything like that? Because leveling gave them so much much artificial playtime by people that were just camping. I don't see why Activision would just say goodbye to all of that playtime. There has to be a catch to it. And with Activision, there always is a catch to it. So now it's just going to be, what is the catch? Is there a catch at all? And I just might be crazy. Who knows? But we'll find out at launch. And I swear to God, if there's something at launch and it's like one of the things I'm saying, you bet your ass I'm going to come back to this video and tell y'all that I told you so. But my hope would be it's just a perfect normal camo system challenge. This is also going to be Treyarch's first new go at this new camo system. It seems like they're going to try something different compared to what we've seen in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. But, you know, hopefully it's not too grindy or too insane. I don't even care if it's grindy. Just don't make it like ridiculous bullshit where I have to depend on other players. Like, if you have penetration kills, I'm going to fucking freak out. Another concern that I have is TTK. Now, this is kind of just like, it all depends, like, up to their balancing. Using the Jackal PDW, it literally had its own TTK, and playing against people, it felt like a completely different game compared to just using normal guns and going against normal guns. Like, there's a noticeable difference in TTK. Like, that's how overpowered the Jackal was. Now, we can all discuss about what TTK should be. In my opinion, it should be high. I don't think a TTK should ever be that low, kind of like 2019 or Vanguard. Those TTKs are just ridiculously low and allow for like no skill and kind of encourage like getting a jump on people. In my opinion, having a higher TTK just enforces having more skill and encourages, you know, winning gunfights, aiming better, and a lot of other things. A lot of people like to argue that, oh, you're just gonna dump your whole magazine. No, you just can't fucking hit your shots, bro. I don't think it should be too insane. I mean, Cold War was fucking high, but I think it promoted skill. But in turn, with it promoting skill, it also made skill-based matchmaking feel 10 times worse, because with a lower TTK, you're gonna get a bunch of shit kills that you don't deserve, but with a higher TTK, you need to work for those kills. I think Modern Warfare 3 is a good TTK, but it should be a little bit longer. Another concern that I have, or this isn't really concern, this is just a gripe because it's not going to be able to be changed, is the fact that the campaign is launching with the rest of the base game. We get no early access, and that sucks. Especially for me now, this is going to be the first Call of Duty that I'm going to go into making content and trying to grind for the mastery camo and just have the campaign as this thing that you have to either stop doing your grind or, you know, stop doing your normal content to go do the campaign. Just fucking sucks, especially because if you wait a while, depending on how long the grind takes, a lot of people just are not going to be interested in watching the campaign, and that sucks. And for me, I don't want to go spend time, you know, editing an entire campaign. Like, that is very lengthy compared to just doing a normal video. I don't want to take time away from grinding or just doing normal content. We'll try to fit it in there whenever. Maybe if I have, you know, a bunch of free time off, we'll try to get it done. Another concern that I have is Liberty Falls. For some reason, this is just like a little gripe that I have with Liberty Falls. If there is no underground part in Liberty Falls, then that map is so fucked. I have held out really just digging into that map because I truly believe that there is an underground section or a section of the map that they didn't reveal. And they've done that with Call of Duty reveals before. When people get early access to the map in a COD Next or something, they've done it before where they just like cut off certain parts of the map. So hopefully there is an underground section of the map. Otherwise, then yeah, I agree. That map is dog shit, but we'll see what it's like at launch. We'll see the Easter egg and do all those things. If you guys want to see like full Easter egg playthroughs solo, let me know. I could totally do that. I'm not a huge like zombie Easter egg guy, but I definitely do love zombies. And if you guys want to see that, definitely let me know. Another concern that I have, which is probably the last concern that I have for this video, is the post-launch content. I'm really hoping that we just get good post-launch content and not nothing. And you might be wondering, why would you even be concerned about that? And that's because Ghost of Hope ended up tweeting that don't expect as much post-launch content. And if you haven't heard, Treyarch is taking maps from Sledgehammer to put in Black Ops 6 because they don't have enough post-launch content to support Black Ops 6. And you might be wondering, why the fuck would they do that? And my bet is that Treyarch is having to make Black Ops 7. So Treyarch got fucked with Cold War, and then we all thought that Treyarch was going to get the better hand with Black Ops 6. They were going to get their full development cycle. They were going to get 4 years to work on it. Well, guess what? Now they're having to make an entire game in less than a year on top of supporting their post-launch content for this game. So now we're truly fucked. So there goes that entire hype and enjoyment for their 4-year COD cycle, because now the post-launch content is going to be dog shit because they're having to support an entire another game. Why? Activision, why the fuck do you do this? But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and maybe Treyarch isn't making Black Ops 7. Hopefully it's Sledgehammer. I think that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, it's IW. But I'm pretty sure that IW is making Modern Warfare 4, which, oh boy, I better I better be prepared for that, because that's probably going to be the worst COD year we're ever going to have. So those are just some concerns that I have going into Black Ops 6. We're about 2 weeks away. If you have any other concerns, let me know down in the comments. I'm sure other people in other minds have, you know, a lot of different things to think about going into this game. I truly hope that we're going to have a good year with Black Ops 6. Everything seems promising so far. It's going to be Cold War, which I personally loved Cold War. Did you like Cold War? I thought it was great. It looks like just a really better Cold War with Omni movement and with a bunch of, you know, systems that we've been wanting. I think the most important thing that I am concerned about is spawns and post-launch content. Because spawns, you can have whatever gameplay you want, but if spawns are bad, the game will always flow bad. And that's how it's going to work. And if post-launch content is bad, then fuck, and I'm gonna have to get really creative. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, maybe I'm not, who knows. We'll find out at launch. We're 2 weeks away, and then we're gonna find out everything. If you do have any other concerns that I might not have addressed in this video, then please let me know down in the comments. We can talk about it there. And that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you're all having a good day today. Thank you so much if you got into this point in the video. I really appreciate you watching. And yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Have a great rest of your day.